The bad works are burned up. The Bible tells us the bad works are burned up. What kind of person would think that, well, as long as I go to heaven, I'm good. It's okay. If God takes my life and I'm still going to go to heaven, then I'm not worried about the sin in my life. That's just so psychotic to think that you're saved, and if you die, you're going to go to heaven, and if God takes your life early, you're still good to go. I mean, think about that. That's crazy. Crazy to think such things. So John the Baptist, the greatest man, started to doubt when he went through this evil, dark moment. And it makes us all realize that we are all going to be tested with these things. We're going to be tested with something coming upon us. Something coming upon us in our life is going to test us. Some of us are just simply tested by this sinful nature. Some of us are just simply tested by this sinful nature. The test and temptation and lust and lure of the world and the flesh, the desires of the flesh, the things of the dark old man trying to lead me away into the lifestyle of the world can cause you to forget the teachings of Jesus, compromise your principles and values and morals, and be overtaken by the religion of the world. See, the religion of the world is going to give you another path of salvation. Of course, you're not saved, but you'll think you're saved because there's another teaching out there. Are you guys with me? There's another teaching out there. There are other teachings in the world, in the Christian religious world, that will give you another message about being saved. And that the one I'm talking about is just too hardcore. It's too hardcore. The whole cut your hand off if there's any tiny little sin in your life. I mean, doesn't sound like grace to some people, right? When really the grace is the message of cutting your right hand off. That is grace. Without knowing that sin that remains is going to cause me to go to hell, without knowing that, then how am I saved by grace? That is grace telling me that. See, that's how grace works. Grace is the knowledge of knowing, the revelation of knowing. Are you guys with me? Knowing that sin that remains lurking in my heart is going to cause me to perish. Knowing that is a grace. Is grace coming upon me. Grace coming upon me. The world doesn't think that way. The Christian religion doesn't think that way. Christian religion, the religion of the world, the Christianity of the world does not have that kind of grace message. It doesn't have that kind of a message. It tells you that sin is okay. If it's a little bit, everybody does it, and you can't stop anyway. Right? And you can be overtaken by that. Can I get an amen? How many Christians today were on the right path? How many Christians were on the right path of the strictest obedience? Because God calls us into perfection. He tells us to be perfect. He expects us through Jesus, who is perfect, the only one that was perfect, that through him we can do it, but only through him and him alone. Can't do it on your own.